Hey everybody, it's your average guy with his opinions. My name's John Corelli. This is episode 10, and we're not going to talk about the coup or crazy politics or even none of that stuff. Here's what I'm going to talk about today. New Year's resolutions. A few days late, but I'm 6 days in, 7 days in now, and feeling pretty good. I haven't screwed up the ones I have. These are big ones too. Uh, so let me tell you what's going on with my New Year's resolutions. One is to not do internet porn, and hopefully that's after if I get through the whole year, which is my goal. I figure I will hopefully never use internet porn again. There are a lot of images and just things on internet porn that are disturbing. Like a lot of it's very rapey, and so I don't. I'm trying not to do it anymore. I'm a week in. Yay for me! Woohoo! Another big one I have is not to do Amazon anymore. Um, I'm a week in on that too. I kind of splurged at Christmas. I rationalized by saying, "Hey, I don't want to go out in COVID," but I also, uh, you know, I don't know. I just it leaves a horrible taste in your mouth, at least for me. There's a company that says, "Oh, we're going to be carbon footprint free by 2040." What do you need to wait 20 years for, Amazon? You could do a complete overhaul now, and Jeff Bezos would still be on his way to being the world's first trillionaire. So fuck him. It's funny. I never thought I'd feel sorry for Walmart because that's what Amazon's doing. Amazon is going to crush Walmart. I think they do things in conjunction with Walmart. They're going to own Walmart. They're going to own everything. So I'm trying to do secondhand stores more. My kids and I just went to one a couple nights ago. Yard sales. Go to stores. I'll go to Target before I'll go to fucking Amazon anymore. Have a little patience. Get out of your house. Why do you need to just sit on your ass and buy shit from there? I'm done. I'm done with Amazon. Yeah, you can get cheap stuff. I admit it. I used Amazon for a good couple of years, but it's finally just leaving a terrible taste in my mouth. Um, so yeah, buy Amazon, buy internet porn, um, buy hopefully 30 pounds, but that's been honestly since probably the year 2000. I've been trying to lose anywhere from 20 to 30 pounds. I'm sitting around 215 now. I'm gross. I don't like it. I should be more like at 175, 180. I'm gross. That's just yeesh. I mean, I don't even want to be with a woman because I don't want to take off my shirt and embarrass myself. Um, well, speaking of that, this is a weird year for me. 2020. 2020 actually, I had a really good year. 2020, I published my first novel. I, uh, I get to run a show at the Mercury Cafe where I have a lot of fun, and we do a lot of benefits. We raised thousands of dollars for Black Lives Matter and the Democratic National Senate Campaign Committee and Planned Parenthood, which is something we'll be doing Friday night, tomorrow night. Um, or when I post this, it might be tonight. I don't know. But Friday night, the 8th, we'll be doing some comedy with an all female group of comedians and me hosting, and I have a lot of fun with that. I've had my kids all year. I've had my two sons all year. So that's been great. I'm lucky. I'm a teacher, so I got to basically have a lot of paid time off. So I was very fortunate with that. 2020 was not bad on me. I had pneumonia in April, and that sucked. And I also kind of got railroaded out of my job at the school I used to work at, but I found a new place with another school where I really like working. So that's pretty cool. So that's 2020. But another bad thing that happened in 2020 is my girlfriend dumped me right at the beginning of the year. So I haven't had sex in a year. Which, like I said, part of that I don't want to subject a new woman to this. I'm gross. I and then I'm started after a year. You kind of start just to lose your libido, and and like I said, I kind of went down a bad path with the internet porn. That's why I'm giving that up. So yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. This is bogging down into weird stuff, and I still got 5 minutes to go. But I was thinking about 2020 and not having sex all year, and I hadn't had sex a full year since 1989 when I was a virgin. So, yay, 2020. But outside of that, I really had a good year. Um, what else is on tap for me in 2021? I'm starting a new book. I'm really kind of excited about this one. It's messed up, man. My first novel was about a black vice cop who's involved in a shooting of a white special needs adult. It's pretty close to home for me. Um, I've been writing it. It took me about 2 or 3 years to write, so long before BLM really started to take hold, and especially with the crazy spring and summer we had in 2020. But it's topical. I feel like I wrote it really well as I could. I'm not a novelist. I write jokes, and often those I don't do well. But I'm really I was happy with the book and how it turned out. Came to about 80,000 words. It's got a respectable length. I checked with many of my black friends to see if I was writing, because I was writing a first person narrative about a black man, which a lot of people, especially in today's day and age, would go, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" Well, I think I'm a fellow human being. That's who I think I am. And I can write a black man with empathy and realistically while not being pandering or insulting. It was just, when I tell people who I wrote, I basically wrote me. If I were a black vice cop, that's pretty much my character, because they say write what you know. Well, a lot of his backstories were my backstories. As a kid, I just flipped the script on him racially. I didn't even flip the script, just made it, hey, this is how this guy would feel about this if these horrible things were done to him. And they were not horrible, but he dealt with this coming up. He dealt with racism like every black person in this country. And he decided to become a cop, and he worked hard to get there. And then he married a white woman, which was kind of fun for me. And I had mixed race kids, and he deals with that. He's lucky; he's got a great family. And then all of a sudden, this tragedy happens where he is part of a group that shoots this kid, or a young man, and then he has to deal with that. I'm happy with, like I said, happy with it, how it turned out for a first novel. I think it's pretty good. Definitely not perfect, but I'm happy with it. And it feels like an original premise. So the next book I'm working on, I think this is going to be a lot tougher. I've been, once again, a person I knew, a person I grew up with. Actually, was my one of my best friends from fourth through ninth grade, and he was a mixed race kid, and he had to deal with that growing up in a very white neighborhood. And people often thought he was Hispanic, and mixed race kids didn't seem to exist as much when I was a kid, or maybe it was just because of my neighborhood. It was so very white. We didn't have a lot of black kids in my neighborhood. The few I knew, one of them was actually adopted by white people, so that was weird. And then the other one, like I said, my one of my best friends, his mom was raising him. His dad was not present in his life. His mom was white. His dad was black. Um, and he became hateful and resentful. He was also gifted and talented. He was totally had a brilliant brain, but he was kind of nutty. He was kind of crazy. And I got to see him again in adulthood. He kind of just disappeared off the face of the planet, as far as I could tell. In ninth grade, I was like, why is he not showing up for high school? And they showed up senior year, and I got to know him a little bit. Um, and he's just become, at that point, he had become a very, very hateful person. And then I saw him a few years after that when he was like 22, 23 years old. And he was a skinhead. He was a mixed race. He's a half black skinhead. So I'm doing a novel about that person. I'm going to use some of my interactions with him. A lot of it's got to be theoretical, but I mean, it's weird hearing. I mean, I had heard him refer to his dad as a nigger, which is insane to me. It's like, I know you're upset with your father, and I know your father hasn't been in your life, but wow, you really not only hate him, you hate his entire race because you're a half black skinhead. I don't. I'm sure there's a few of them that exist. There can't be a lot, and I happen to know one of them when I was growing up and into my young adulthood. So that's my second novel that I'm working on. My goal is to finish that by the end of the year as well. Busy guy, but it's good to stay busy. That's how you avoid a midlife crisis, I guess. I don't know, but I'm too busy to worry about anything. So I do take 10 minutes a day to do this. I will see you guys on the other side. Well, I hope you enjoyed episode 10. I hope if If you want to talk about your New Year's resolutions, put it in the comments. All right, talk soon. Peace to you all. Have a great day, night, whatever, whenever it is I post this. All right, bye.